So I'm in Portland, Oregon, and here we already got a few people that are living right there on the side of the street. This is a city with a population around 615,000, which puts it in the top 30 for cities in America. And the population here has been declining since 2020, which is, you know, the Summer Floyd pandemic, all that, which the city went crazy. So a lot of people are moved out. And the population here is 65% white, 12% Hispanic, 7% Asian, and 6% black, which makes it fairly diverse, which the city, I'm sure, would consider that one of its strengths. The average income here is $57,000 a year, which is on the high side for a city. And it's got a 12.7% poverty rate, which is actually pretty good. Sounds high, but that's actually pretty good. The cost of living here is 38% higher than the national average. So it's not a cheap city. Housing is 137% higher. So don't move here and think you're going to just buy a house, because you're probably not going to be able to do that. Rent is 40% higher, which is kind of ridiculous. And there's a 53% homeownership rate, which is actually pretty high. That's anything over 50% I consider pretty good in the city. Because a lot of cities, it's nowhere near 50%. The violent crime here is 97% higher than the national average, which puts it right at about regular city bad in like my view of things. Anything in around that 80 to 100. There's more tents on the left here. I don't know if the camera caught it when we're coming in. Right in that park, there's a couple tents there of people that have made that corner their home. The property crime is 206% higher. For some reason on the West Coast, the property crime is always way higher than the violent crime. Like, the violent crime isn't really as bad as let's get off this road, there's too many people. As the property crime is way more than the violent crime, which is actually probably a good thing in a lot of ways, but still bad. Pre-2020, their homicides were under 30 a year. In 2020, it jumped to 53. In 2021, it jumped to 86. It almost tripled from pre-2020. 2022, 94. 2023, 74 homicides. And 2024, 67 homicides. So even as like 2024, 4 years after the pandemic, they are still more than double what it was pre-2020 for homicides. Your odds of becoming a victim of a crime here is 1 in 16. That's actually, I mean, it's pretty high, it's still pretty high. It's not really bad, but it's still pretty on the high side. As far as schooling goes here, 49% of the kids graduate proficient at reading and math. Yeah, there's just tents on the side of the road everywhere where you look. In Oregon, the average is 46%, and in the United States, it's 48%. So 49% of the kids graduate at a 12th grade level for reading and math. 89% of the people that live here have completed the 8th grade, and 88.4% have a high school diploma. And 47%, this is a huge number, 47% have a bachelor's degree or higher. That is really good. That's almost half the population has a bachelor's degree or higher. That is really good. And prior to 2020, this was considered one of the better cities to live in America. And I'm sure it's not considered that anymore. I don't know if that's a lane that I can drive on. Oh, I think I'm in a bus only lane. I'm in a bus only lane, but I got out of state plates, so nobody's gonna say anything. They're just gonna think I'm an idiot from out of town. The rental car has New Jersey plates on it. But aside from a lot of people sitting around on the side of the road and garbage and pulling in, there was a lot of graffiti, but in town here there hasn't really been any. Tents pretty much everywhere. It's not too bad. I mean, like I said, pre-2020, it was a really nice place that people wanted to go to. I'm not going to make this too long of a video, so I'm going to cut it out here. And I just wanted you to see a little bit of Portland and give the stats of the city. Hopefully they figure out what's going on so they don't have riots here every single night like they're having right now. But if you like this kind of stuff, hit that like button, consider subscribing, and thanks for watching.